Hey, what's going on? We're gonna keep playing some Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Hot off the heels of an extremely overpowered Judas run. We're keeping the win streak going. I think we're just gonna hit random. See what we got. Azazel. Alright, this should be easy. I just looked at the time and realized I only have time for one more run because I'm going to see the movie. Nice. Fat finger the Q key. Real nice. You're real smartass, aren't you, Tom? Really? Leprosy again? It's the first item I got my last run. That's very strange. Anyways, I only have time for one more run because I'm going to see the movie Kinds of Kindness, which supposedly is at least decent. I mean, you look at new releases, like every single one's a 7. So who knows if the movie's really good or not? But all you really know is that it has Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, the guy who plays Todd in Breaking Bad, and it's directed. Oh, it also has Willem Dafoe. So I mean, and it also has it has the same guy directing it that did Poor Things. I think it was kind of. I never saw it, but I heard it was good but very weird. So maybe this would be similar. It said it was a comedy though, so hopefully, I think it should be enjoyable. We'll see. Sometimes you just gotta take a chance on a movie, you know? Just walk into one, see if it's any good. Sure, Empress. Can I get a bomb? Oh, can you blow this up? Oh, you missed. Can he even reveal secret rooms? Probably, right? Come on. Come on. Yeah. Get destroyed, son. Sacks? And not all there. So, gonna see that. Hopefully it'll be good. Should be relatively enjoyable. Hold on, I just looked at my OBS. Is it working? Okay, it is. I don't know why. It just, like, for some reason the screen isn't updating on OBS, so I'm looking at it and it's just stopped on, it was just stopped on the opening screen. Destroying Dingle because it's the first floor and I'm playing as Azazel, so if I didn't, it would be kind of disappointing. Just drinking water today. I mean, I did just finish biking, so that's probably a good thing. And also, people in my house, if you buy a drink that has any level of sweetness, they'll just drink it, you know, whether they like it or not. Kind of annoying, frankly. Be kind of nice if they just, because, you know, I'm buying the Pepsi Zero Sugar because, you know, I like come on, I like Pepsi. I like soda in general, right? And every now and then it's just nice to get something a little bit different. It doesn't taste great, but, you know, it's something, right? It's a little bit something different. It's kind of like the same reason I like drinking like coffee with just like some half and half. I don't think it tastes great, but it's better than just like drinking water all day every day, right? And I'll buy like a 2-liter bottle, and it'll be gone in like, you know, 2 days. I've had like 1 or 2 cups of it, and I'm like, very cool, you know. Is what it is. That's what you get when you share a house with a lot of people. Can't really complain though. Could be worse. Not worth it, even as a Cecil. Ooh. It's decent. Although now I'm gonna feel kind of obligated to check every single one so I can squeeze every single penny out of it. Petrified Poop's one of those items. It's decent for a couple floors. You know, get a couple spirit hearts out of it. Is it great? No, not really. Much rather have like cancer or, you know, dark corn or something. Sure, why not? Ceremonial robes. I think I do have to start doing some angel deals though if I want to get the positive. Why did I do that? Whatever. I was looking at that, I was like, this is not worth it. But you know what? We're gonna do it anyways. Had the same thing I had for breakfast. I have for breakfast most days, which was 4 eggs and some. It's kind of hash brown. Like people have very different definitions of what they mean by hash browns. When I think of hash browns, I think of the stuff you get at like Waffle House, which is like diced strips of potato, right? And you can get them with like a variety of things in them. I always do potatoes and onions, because onions like have like basically no calories in them, so I feel like I can just throw them in there. They're not great, but they, you know, they add a little bit of substance and they don't hurt anything. They don't add many calories. What's this? 2 of spades. Okay. Yeah, why not Spider-Man? It's kind of interesting. Wow, that was not very smart. Come on, kill it without blowing yourself up. What are you doing? I'm already playing a little loose. Because I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, we're playing Azazel. What am I worried about? Might want to be a little bit more worried about dying, I guess. For Spirit Heart, a little bit more survivability. What was I talking about a second ago? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was talking about breakfast. But yeah, I have to say, like, I don't know what it is about the combination of like potatoes and scrambled and any kind of eggs really, not necessarily scrambled. But it's just, it's one of those combinations, it's so much greater than the sum of its parts. Like, if you make like some, you know, Gordon Ramsay style scrambled eggs, they're pretty good, you know. But if you just fry some potatoes and then throw in some scrambled eggs too, it's just so much better. And it's so much easier than like going through all the effort to... And plus, when you make like Gordon Ramsay's eggs, he puts in like a whole like stick of butter basically, which is fine, but kind of a lot of calories, you know. Not that I'm anything against butter necessarily, but it's butter is just one of those very calorically dense foods that I think people have a very easy time getting carried away with. I mean, 19 extra or 17.5 extra percent. That's pretty nice. I don't know how that formula works. Maybe it's just random how much extra double deal chance you get. Fighting like 6 lengths of hollow. Come on. Okay. Probably should have done this first, but what you got? Okay. I'll keep going. What you got? Wow, that's really not very good at all. All of that for a luck upgrade, huh? Well, Is what it is. Let's go see what we got in the item room. I will say people say like exercising in the morning is a really good way to wake yourself up. Maybe if you have a bad sleep schedule. I actually have a really good sleep schedule, at least right now. So going on a bike ride first thing in the morning just like makes me kind of sleepy. Like it's 10 a.m. right now, and I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open because I didn't sleep like I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. I got 7 hours. 6 hours. Maybe I'm a little tired because of that, but also I'm tired because I just spent an hour biking. Maybe it's just a person to person thing, but I generally find I find working out is much more helpful for helping you sleep, at least to me. That's why I do most of my workouts at night. What you got for me? Bomb bag? Okay, I can live with that. I keep forgetting I have petrified poop. Maybe I can get some spirit hearts? No? Okay. What you got? It's okay. Definitely you do enough damage with the brimstone, then it's nice to have a little fire rate increase. Even if it comes at the cost of a wee bit of damage. Why is wee bit such like an Irish thing, Like I understand like to an extent, like language things like that or accent things tend to just be kind of like random. It just kind of depends what their language sounds like. But like wee bit, is it like an Irish? Does it come from like an Irish word? Because it sounds just kind of like nonsense. More options is a very, very good item. What am I doing this the rest of this floor for? I already got the shop and the item room. Let's just keep moving. Yeah, bomb. I thought I was gonna blow up the mushrooms, but it didn't. So let's just keep moving. Yeah, just blow it up. I do have 3 luck though. I probably could have played it and gotten something, but I also don't really think it's worth sitting there doing that for like 2 or 3 minutes just to get like what best case scenario, a couple soul hearts, $1, No. Although on mornings where I do not make myself breakfast, I do eat oats overnight, which is like it's a brand that does pre. Why do people keep stomping around outside my door? These people have no respect. It's like a pre-made pack. It comes from overnight oats, which is like a kind of food where basically what you do is you put like a bunch of oats in. Oh, fantastic. It could be worse. At least it doesn't actively make my run worse. It's like you put like oats and whatever flavoring, oats and milk, and then from there like whatever flavoring you want. Like some people do like Greek yogurt. I tried to do it once without like a flavor packet, and I think I found out why most people probably use like sweetened Greek yogurt. I think I just put like a plain in. That shit was nasty. But yeah, so like the oats overnight though, those things are very good. Although, fair warning, if you are gonna get it, pick the flavor very carefully. Some of those flavors are great, some of them are just terrible, I think my favorite one is the strawberry one. I keep thinking there's someone knocking on my door. I don't think there is. Don't care. I keep forgetting you spoke up loud because the runners are so strong right now. I basically don't have a reason to. Let's just keep moving. Headless Horseman, you stand absolutely no chance. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't give you a speed upgrade. There's no way. Ah, this is interesting. I mean, you gotta take the 2, right? I mean, really? That's hilarious. Right. Why did I pick it up again? Brimstone 2 runs in a row, baby. That's kind of what you miss about the early game of an Isaac save file. The fact that you actually get your item pool isn't so diluted by like random, frankly kind of shitty items. Half the items you get are like Brimstone, Mom's Knife, Cricket's Head, Magic Mush. Just some, like the best default items in the game. I think Book of Revelations probably is better. Just to make sure I don't die by taking a ton of stupid damage. Like that, you know. I'm familiar with taking stupid damage. I've taken a couple of stupid hits in my day. Whoa. Right, already been in here. I would say I was thinking about buying like more quiet, more quiet keyboard switches to make the keyboard not quite as loud. And I was sitting there listening to the sound comparison that Keychron made, and I was like, I can't tell shit from this. You just sit there listening, and you're like, yes, that one does sound quieter, but also, I think you just gotta get it and do it and see what it sounds like. I will say the whole thing is kind of unfortunate that it's this loud, and I decided to try and do this with it because I actually do really like the way the keyboard sounds. I don't know if that'll really be the case if I get new switches for it. We'll see. Maybe it'll be worth it. Maybe I'll still like the way it sounds. What do we got? Some money. Extra 2. See, what's the deal with that? Sometimes I get an extra like 2.5%. Sometimes I get an extra 20%. You know, make up your mind. Maybe this is a boss rush kind of run? I don't know. See what kind of items they have, I guess. Ooh, little 2-for-1 action right there. Take that, I guess. Sure, why not? Ghost Baby is really not my thing. I'll take $3 bill. It's a little bit weird, but it's pretty good, especially with something when you already have tier effect. So as good as Brimstone, it's like, how much damage can $3 bill really do? I don't know why, but the spider mod health bars, I just like them so much. Like it doesn't help you do any more damage, right? It just kind of like visualizes it for you. Very effective. I'm a big fan. People in my auditing class just constantly texting like every single day about, ooh, the test was really hard. Yeah, but like as long as you got an 80, you're fine. Like it's not that hard. they're all freaking out because so like this teacher, she's brand new to it, and so she's not doing a great job in my opinion. Not a great teacher, but she does these quizzes every couple of days, which is, you know, it is what it is. And she just, at least for the first couple ones, she was just like literally giving away the answers. Or not the answers, but she was literally giving away the questions. So she'd be like, she'd just list off questions and she'd be like, this one is about this and this. And basically when she's saying this and this, she's just reading out like the main vocab words from the question. So if you just write down what she said, you could very easily look up the question she's referring to. And then she didn't do that for the most recent quiz. And I don't know if she's released the scores for it yet, but I'm sure it is probably like not nearly as good as the first couple ones. Because I didn't bother studying for the first couple ones because I was like, that's not going to be that hard. And then the questions turned out to be really annoying. It's like the kind of thing where it's like a vocab test. It's like, oh, an auditor should be factual and independent, objective and independent and objective, or factually objective. And it's like, what is the real difference between any of these things? And the answer is really not much. You just kind of have to know that the answer is independent in fact and appearance, you know? So, yeah, those quizzes are a pain in the ass. Now everyone's freaking out. Oh, I'm not going to pass the class. If you don't pass this class, you're a bitch, you know? Just sit there in class, take notes. Yeah, it's kind of boring, but like, it's really not that bad. Just have an attention span that lasts more than, you know, an hour. I will say I'm pretty bad about it too. I'll sit there and, you know, check the Rivian stock price every 5 minutes, which is really not a good habit. As if like I'm like a day trader getting ready to sell it at any moment, which I'm not. But it's just, it gives you a little, especially like when you make an investment like that and it actually is like paying off day after day. Not paying off, it's increasing in value every day, pretty much every day. It's just nice to get like a little dopamine rush because you're like, oh wow, I was totally right. But also like, don't check every day. It's just stupid. Anyways, we're kind of breezing through here. Book of Revelations is keeping this pretty easy. I mean, like the only risk I really ran was getting a little too complacent with the damage. Okay, my only complaint with a $3 bill. No, that's a 360 tiers one, I think. And actually, I should have picked it up. Whatever. I should have picked it up, but it doesn't make a difference. The only issue I'm having with the $3 bill right now is every now and then it gives me like triple shot or quad shot, and I'm sitting there for way longer than I am usually to charge it up. But you know, sometimes it gives number one. I don't know why I forgot which, you know, colloquially, which output was number one and which was number two, but. That's a nice fun room. Not very hard, even if you can't fly. Easy. I don't know why I said easy. As if I literally had any risk in that room at all. Cinder rocks? I don't see any. Yeah, this run is basically over. Go see All Kinds of Kindness, and why do I keep thinking it's called All Kinds of, I'm pretty sure it's just called Kinds of Kindness. But for some reason in my brain I'm like, oh, it's All Kinds. I feel like I must have seen that phrase on like a trailer or something. Probably be like one of like 6 people seeing. I mean, like, who really goes to see a movie at like 11 a.m., you know? Even on like a Saturday. The answer is basically nobody. That room really breaks my brain sometimes, but I handled it that time. Death. Get a little cube of meat action going. Nice to have a little extra orbital. I'm still kind of shocked that I got leprosy. That's my first item in 2 runs in a row. It's kind of crazy. No tinted rocks, huh? Just not gonna show up? I hate the sound these guys are making when they pop in and out of the ground. Ooh, descent. Nice little bonus. I always forget that's an item you can get just by blowing up random spots. Little 5% boost to go into shoal. Oh, here we go. There's a tinted rock. I think you have to unlock small rocks, so sadly I keep blowing them up in situations where they basically serve no purpose. Excuse me, I don't know if the mic picked it up. That was kind of nasty. It was a fart. Sorry? Wait, what? It was not a fart. That's what I was trying to say. It was a burp. Okay. Can you just stop moving in these weird elliptical shapes? Okay, can I just find this boss room? Kind of walk around in circles right now. Spent my day at work yesterday actually working, which you wouldn't think is like an unusual occurrence, but as someone who works in a tax practice, it kind of is. As someone who works low level in a tax practice, it is at least. There's not a whole lot to do in the middle of the summer. I think probably the thing about as I move closer to being like a full-time staff person, the thing I'm least looking forward to is like client outreach stuff. Because like the amount of times that I see emails from clients which are just like the client being extremely passive aggressive for like no reason. Like, it's just kind of astounding to me people can be that stupid. Like, you ask them a question that you've asked them like 3 times because they haven't answered it, and then they just get like really like pissed off. They're like, oh, that's the 3rd time I've answered it. And it's like, well, I don't think it is, because I've never seen you answer it before. So it's like you're probably dealing with some old person who like thinks that they emailed you something when they just like drafted it then never sent it. You know, not to make fun of old people, but I mean, you know, I will say, like, some of these old people, because we do a lot of old people's returns, because there's so many people who, like, aren't very computer literate, who just want someone else to take care of it. Oh my god, triple shot, can you? And, which I understand, but they could literally save like hundreds of dollars every year on tax preparation if they just like paid their grandson like $20 to use to put their stuff in a TurboTax for them, you know? That's all I'm saying. Definitely, unless you have like a small business or you have way too much money, you should just file your taxes like on TurboTax, you know? Business is a little bit different because you actually have to understand, like, you know, accounting practices. Because for like individuals, they just give you a form and then you give that form to somebody else, and then from there it's pretty simple unless you have like rental properties or something. But businesses are complicated, or can be complicated. Some businesses are more complicated than the others, but how about, so I'm about to go to the movies. What's your go-to movie snack? Because frankly, I'm a little disappointed because every time I go to the movies, I basically don't get anything because everything's ridiculously overpriced. You know, obviously. But I'm a big fan of popcorn. Popcorns obviously is a classic. I'm not a big candy guy. Obviously, I like getting the drink because, in theory, at least you can refill it, even though you probably won't. Because, I mean, who's getting up in the middle of the movie? Usually, what happens if I do get a refillable one is I'm just like, I drink basically the whole thing during the trailers, even though I get there. Because, okay, can we talk about this for a second? Why does every single movie theater not actually start the movie until like 20 minutes after it says? You know, if I wanted to watch trailers, I'd show up before the movie to watch the trailers. Don't waste my time, you know? How about that? How about instead of making me do this mental math where it's like, oh, okay, well, the movie showtime's at 11:25, but this theater shows about 20 minutes of previews, so really I'm trying to get there 11:35 or 11:45, and I'm also picking somebody up, and so how long is it going to take me to get to the, like, it's just too much. It's too much. Just tell me what time the movie starts so that I don't have my time wasted, you know? Oh my god, these brimstone eyes are destroying me. Eh. Why do I even have the stars card? Oh yeah, I should probably use this to keep my hearts up. But when I do get a drink, I'm pretty partial to like something that's a little fruity but not super sweet. Like I've actually tried out the Minute Maid Agua Frescas. They're pretty good. The strawberry one, I like a little bit of strawberry. Not super sweet, but sweet, you know? Generally, I prefer things that have like real sugar in them to like stevia. I do eat a lot of stevia right now though, just because I'm trying to avoid calories. Although I've mentioned this before. I'm inherently extremely cautious, skeptical of the claims of like stevia and aspartame and things like that. Oh yeah, like it's just. Your body just like doesn't process it, so you're eating nothing. It's like, am I really eating nothing? I find that difficult to believe. Wait, are we going? Oh, we're going to the dark room. I thought the run was over. Well, let's go. Dark room kind of. Actually, the chests turned out to be pretty good. I was about to shit talk them, but in this specific instance, they were pretty decent. Destroyed these cages. Cage, probably one of my least favorite bosses. Like, you see how much health this guy has? Like, my damage isn't fantastic, but my god. Yeah, Empress makes more sense than carrying around a Stars card. Why are you trying to use the cube of meat? You got Brimstone. You don't need cube of meat damage. Usually when obviously you gotta listen to something during the bike ride, I mean, I think to an extent there's a lot of value in just like not constantly listening to stuff. Take a couple minutes out of your day and just experience your life, But most of the time I'm listening to stuff. I think my favorite is podcasts by far. Every now and then, a little bit of music. I think when I left today, I was listening to Ballroom Blitz by Sweet. Classic song. Pretty good song. Of course, I'm familiar with it from regular show. Wasn't born in the 80s, if that wasn't obvious already. But, good song. Very good song. This is the first time I'm fighting the lame in a long time. Very good song. But I think my favorite, I'm a big, very partial to hardcore history. Also a big fan of just like tech podcasts in general, like Waveform, which is made by MKBHD. Very good. Hardcore history right now, I'm listening to the King of Kings. It's about Persian Empire. No, I think I'm good on Victory Lap. Well, first LAN victory. I unlocked a lot of challenges. Alright, well, thanks for watching.